This video will be an introduction into Adobe Premiere. I've opened up the app and you'll see in the upper left hand corner the option to create a new project. I'll name it and then I'll choose a location. I'll click on choose and then create. If we look at the interface, you'll see these interlocking boxes that are highlighted with a blue outline when we select them. And if I was to select one of the windows and right click, you'll see there are submenus that we'll have access to once we introduce content. The lower left hand corner is the project window where you would introduce your files. To the right is a timeline. Between them you'll see a toolbar. Up at the top you'll see sequence, and that's where the movie will be. I'll introduce a file by going to File Import or Command-I. And then in my project window, I'll drag it into the timeline. If I wanted to move the playback in time, I could do it manually, or I could tap the space bar, or I could put the time I want to move precisely to in the upper left-hand corner. I'll put in 400 for 4 seconds. And now my playback head is 4 seconds into the timeline. With the timeline selected and the blue boxes around the perimeter, I can use plus and minus on the keyboard to zoom in and out of the view. I'll import another file. Command-I, I'll select the clip and import, and now I'm going to drag it from the project window next to the clip number 1. If we look more closely at the timeline, we'll see a number of highlighted tools in blue. The little magnet means there's an automatic snap. If I was to click on clip 2, with my move tool, which is V, and drag it and drag back, I can feel it snap to the first clip. You can also hold a shift and it kind of accentuates the snap feature. I can move to the beginning and the end of each clip using the up and down arrow on my middle keypad. With the playback head at the beginning of the timeline, I'll tap the down arrow twice. To go back again, I'll hit the up arrow. To edit the clips, I can use the razor tool, which is C on the keyboard. And wherever I want, I can kind of click to delete that section. Once I've selected it, I can hit V on the keyboard and I can hit the delete key, but it leaves a gap. If I were to hit Command Z with the clip selected, hold the Option and hit delete, it will tighten up the edit for me. If I did hit the delete by itself, I could still click in the blank space and hit Option delete. I'm going to import another file, Command-I, and then I'll drag it into my timeline. And now, if I wanted to, I could move all 3 of these clips further in time. If I wanted to do an introduction of some kind of text element perhaps, I can use my move tool and I can marquee select. If I was to zoom in though, and not see all the clips, I could hit home on the keyboard, and then if I were to hit A, it's going to select this box with the arrow, and that means I can simply select everything to the right once I click on the first clip. And if I was to zoom back, they all moved together. In Premiere, like After Effects, we can turn layers on and off. If I were to go and click on the eyeball here, it would mute the images. So now I can't see my text or my PNG. I'll turn off the video. One thing you may want to bear in mind is that if you've got multiple videos in one track, they all will be turned off. And like the visual or the video itself, I can also mute audio. So I'll click on the M, and you can see down in here now, 3 and 4, the audio has been muted.